world seems small, we can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Christine, and in today's video I'm going to be answering 5 questions that I get asked all the time. So let's jump right into that. So the first question that I get asked a lot is why Northern Ireland or Ireland? And that's a loaded question. I could probably spend the whole video talking about that, but just to kind of keep it simple, I felt like there's this need in Ireland, and specifically Northern Ireland, that I felt like I could help out with in some ways. Northern Ireland is very religious and very, it's all about whether you're a Catholic or whether you're Protestant, and there's lots of churched kind of culture. And I grew up in the Bible Belt, so to some ways I feel like I get that. I know there's other ways that I won't get that. But I did really feel a burden for that because I don't want people, especially kids a lot of times, get confused. And I don't want them to grow up thinking that that's what Christianity is about. That's what God wants from us. It's all about what we do and what we don't do, and just that traditional Christian, you go to church because that's what a good Christian does. And I think that's very confusing and very can be hindering to people. A lot of kids grow up going to church because their parents make them, and then they get to university and just want nothing to do with God anymore and just turn their backs on that. And so my hope is that, working with kids, you can reach kids and help them see that, no, it's not about that as a kid, and help them to understand what true relationship with Christ is like, so that they'll be strong in their faith when they go off to university. Kind of a sad fact is Northern Ireland is supposed to be like this really strong Christian nation, and I've heard it said that Northern Ireland is kind of like the Bible Belt of Europe. But yeah, there's more suicides in Northern Ireland than the rest of the UK. And I think sometimes really kind of living that life of like, okay, well, I have to put on this Christian face because that's what I'm supposed to do. A lot of times that can really be damaging. And there's just a lot of freedom in knowing Christ, loving Him, and that being our reason in life is just to have a relationship with Him and love Him. And so that's why Northern Ireland. That's why the burden that I have on my heart that I just really want to share with people there. So next question is, will you get paid? So the short answer is no. While I'm here in the United States, I am raising my salary. I'm doing fundraising, partner development. It's called by a lot of different names, but basically it's, okay, there's this big chunk of money that it takes to go and be a missionary somewhere, and I can't provide that for myself. But that's a really neat way that the church just comes together, because one person is called to go and called to be across the world, to be sharing the gospel. And even people that are here in the United States or wherever they might be that want to help out, have that heart for missions, have that heart for spreading the gospel, but they don't feel like they can go over there. Well, they can still be a part of that. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been inviting people to join my team, and I will have to have all my salary raised before I go from lots of different people here. I have people giving $5 a month, people giving, 10, 25, 50, 100, all different amounts. Just kind of, hey, a monthly commitment. This is what I can give, and I want to support what you're doing. I see this need in Northern Ireland, and I want to be a part of that. So, and kind of the long answer to that question is yes, I do get paid, just by people here and not people there. Yeah. So So the next question is, are you going alone? Yes, I am going alone. I know the people that I'm going to be working with in Northern Ireland. I've been 2 times before. So yeah, I know that some people there. The guy who runs the ministry that I'm going to be working with primarily, I have met and seen many times. He's come and stayed with my family here in North Carolina. So I'm really not nervous to that end. Like, I know the people there, I know them, I love them, and I've met other people that I'm going to be working with, so that's awesome. There is one other girl from the US who is going to be doing the same thing that I'm doing, working with the same ministries, just going through team, and she's already there actually. So I will have another fellow American friend there whenever I move. So the number 4th question is, what will you be doing? Well, that's a good question. I'll be doing lots of different things. My primary job will be working with an organization and ministry called Salt Factory Sports. And what they do is use sports as a way to just connect with kids and teens. Yeah, I think sports is a great way because just that team environment, just that like, I belong here, like I'm, rooting for my team, and yeah, there's just a lot of great things in sports ministry. So I'm not super athletic, but that's okay because I can still, play dodgeball with kids. I can do community sports. I love it. I'm not super great at it, but I will try anything. So yeah, I'm excited to that end, and to a lot of what Salt Factory Sports does and what they need people to do. They need people who are super athletic and really good at sports, and then they need people who are not and who can just kind of help relationally, can help, admin, doing some admin stuff, and then also just connecting with people, because that's really the goal, is just to connect with the kids. So with Salt Factory Sports, they do like sports sections of the day and activities, but then we also have team time, which is really a Bible study and just kind of going through the gospel. If it's a little kid, it's going to be at a lower level, just kind of basics, understanding the Bible, understanding creation, understanding, all the way through Jesus coming back. And then, of course, if it's older kids, you go a little bit deeper, or a lot deeper. So that's kind of Salt Factory Sports. I'm also working with an organization called Riot, which stands for Revival in Our Town. And they do kind of the same thing of working with teens and just, just being there for them with whatever questions they have in life. It's a safe place that they can go to and talk to people. With Riot, it's not really a sports focused, although they'll do sports activities if that's what the team has for them. Both of these ministries operate a lot of times on different missions teams coming over and helping out with different camps and such. So the first time that I went, I was on a ministry team, and and we helped out and we had a great time. So part of what I'll be doing is like helping show around just different missions teams that come and just kind of member care type of thing. So I'm excited about that too. Excited to meet lots of different people and just share in their lives with them, even if it's for a small time. And then my 5th and last question is, when will you be leaving? That's a good question. That's a question I would like to know, but I don't really know. So the long answer, or short answer, the answer is whenever I'm fully funded. So I am 86% of the way funded right now, have 86% of my salary raised. And so I have that last 14% that I'm trying to get, and whenever I have that, then I'll be going. So there's different steps. I have to apply for my visa first, but then once I have my visa, once I'm fully funded, then I'll be ready to go. So I've been ready to go for so long now, but God had different plans for me, and it's been a long journey of just really trusting God, trusting His timing, and I think it's easy to trust God's timing when there's nothing that we can do. And it's like, okay, cool, it's God's timing, yay. But there's a big struggle for when it feels like I could have changed. Like, what if I had done things differently? Then maybe I'd be there, or maybe this or that. And so it's been a struggle trying to, I don't know, just figure out this balance of trusting God, but also putting in the work, and how does that all work together? But so I don't know really. Maybe I could have been there before now. But ultimately I do trust, like, okay, even if I drop the ball at places, it's still God's timing, His ultimate timing. God knew my strengths, my weaknesses. He knew everything that was going to happen. So I really can just trust in Him. And, you know, maybe in retrospect, I will see like, oh, well, it's really great that I came now and not earlier. There's already things that I'm seeing that in. There's relationships that I've been building while I've been here in North Carolina that I just really feel like, okay, like I think this is God's doing, that I was able to build these relationships, get to know people, even now. So yeah, I'm trusting God. I'm trying to keep plugging away at getting that last 14%. But ultimately, whenever it's God's timing, and whenever I'm fully ready, fully funded, then I will go. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, that was my 5 questions that I get asked all the time. If you have other questions for me, please feel free to comment below and I will be happy to answer them. Yeah, I'm just excited to be on this journey, and I'm excited that you join this journey with me. And yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. Be sure to like the video and subscribe so that you can get more updates for more videos. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.